52 other states have more people than South Carolina, but just 7 states have more felony DUI deaths. A push to strengthen our state's DUI laws is a personal fight for so many South Carolina families, including one woman who nearly lost her life 5 years ago today. Mary Green has those details.
On this Lexington County highway 5 years ago, a driver high on cocaine and other drugs nearly ended Megan Diffie's life.
I was hit head on at 60 miles per hour and from behind at 45. My husband was 2 cars behind me, and so he did see the whole thing.
It sounded like about 1 million soda cans being squashed at the same time.
Inside this wreck was Brandon's wife, Megan, around 24 of her bones broken and suffering a traumatic brain injury. She doesn't remember anything until nearly a month after this crash.
And I'm really grateful for that because I've heard stories of what happened or what was going on, and it's nothing that I ever care to remember.
As she recovered, Megan learned about efforts to make it harder for impaired drivers to get behind the wheel in South Carolina.
It's really frustrating. The more you learn, the more infuriating it is to know, what's the holdup? Like, this seems like a common sense bill.
Under current state law, drivers can be required to temporarily use an ignition interlock device if they have multiple DUI convictions or 1 conviction with a blood alcohol content nearly twice the legal limit. Those drivers have to blow into the device and their car won't start if they're intoxicated.
We know that last year in South Carolina, 22,000 times people tried to start their car with alcohol in their system, and the device worked and stopped the car from starting.
This bill would impose this ignition interlock requirement on all first convictions for DUI and pre-convictions.
That's the biggest reason why this is needed, is because if you're getting caught, you've done it before, and you're not afraid of doing it.
Megan testified in support of the bill at a hearing this year, and it's now advanced further than it's ever gotten. She got here after too many surgeries to count.
Everything's been operated on.
And her life is forever changed.
I'm not going to be able to go back to my job. I'm not going to be able to run again. And accepting that, it takes a really long time.
Now she and Brandon are excited to soon welcome their first child, a boy, a baby they were unsure they could ever have after the crash. But the wreck still casts fears and worries over that joy.
Worrying about not being able to chase after, kids who's just playing around and not being able to catch them. Not being able to pick them up off the ground.
Megan and Brandon say the driver who did this to them and anyone else who gets behind the wheel intoxicated or impaired are selfish.
Think about putting your life at risk, and think about, you don't know who you're going to hit.
Well, this bill has passed both the state Senate and earlier this week the House of Representatives, where it had died in previous years. There are some slight differences between the two bills, however, so they will need to work out a compromise before it goes to the governor's desk.